Hello everybody at DocuVision. This is Joe Castillo with LCE Graphics. Okay, this is your stitch head. I'm sorry we weren't able to get to it sooner, but we have been totally buried. But what I do, this is the way we test our stitch heads. Because we do stitch heads for a lot of different machines, and we can't have every machine, you know, in here to test them on the machine itself. But this is a very good stitching system. It's got the exact same clinching and everything that your machine has. So it's a good way to test. Now, when I first put the stitch head on there, right away I noticed that this piece right here, this is what adjusts the position of your staple, was way out. Now I don't know if it got moved that way because it wasn't working. Another thing was I noticed that the wire was not straight across. Okay, so this is the wire straightener down here at the bottom. You can see that in the video. That little screw right there adjusts the straightness of the wire. Now, I have a spool of wire here. The 02510 is what's recommended. And it's a premium wire. All right. So I use the same wire for every test I do on these types of heads. All right. But if you get the machine, the stitch head, sometimes it's not just plug and play, because your wire might be slightly different than mine. It might be a different type or different grade, and it affects the overall performance of the wire. So you may have to adjust this straightener when you put it on your machine, okay? And I'm going to show you how to do that, but it's in your manual that shows you how to do it. Okay, so here's the first staples that I ran. Okay, as you can see right here, the staples are a little bit too long. You see where they're touching each other here at the top? If you can see that in the video, yep. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust the stitch, and I'm going to shorten it a bit. Okay, now we're going to run some more staples. Okay, still a little bit too long. Now you're starting to get a little too close together, so we're gonna reduce it a little, shorten it a little bit more. Let's see. All right, now we see another problem showing up. You see where we went a little bit too far with it? Okay. All right, now we see where one prong's longer than the other. Well, now we're going to adjust that a little bit. Just a bit. You have to be careful with this adjustment right here. If you get it too far out, it goes crazy. All right? That went the wrong way. All right, now we can see, you see where the prongs are equal length, and you've got about a 1/16 of an inch of space in between them. You can see that right there, okay? Now what I'm going to do is do what we normally do. Now we're going to do a stitch. Now we're going to do a stitch. Now this is what we normally do. We fill one of these pages up, which is well over 100 staples. But let's see what it does. Okay, that's our first run of staples. Now you see how they're bent out a little bit like that? Okay, you see how the prongs are bent? All that means is that I need to take one of the shims out from behind the staple head. Every staple head has to be shimmed so that these are perfectly straight across. Okay, if you see an angle, that means that the staple head right here is just slightly out of position with the clencher. All right, so let's run some more. Okay, run some more. Very consistent. It's the reason why we use this machine is because in order for us to do this many staples on a booklet maker, it'd be almost impossible. It would take, and plus we're doing them really, really fast. You know what? Sometimes one on top of the other. I don't do this as well as Mark does, but you can see that all the staples are consistent. That's what you want to look for. That you've got, you know, the same distance between the prongs, and the prongs are of equal distance. And you can see that that is a good staple test right there. All right. Now I'm going to run another staple test with another sheet, trying to get the staples a little bit better aligned, like Mark does. Mark's the one that reconditioned this head for us. So anyway, as far as I can tell, I can't see anything wrong with the stitch head except adjustments. Now, this happens sometimes. This is only the second one in years that we've gotten back, and both times it's the same thing. So if you get the stitch head, please give me a call if you're having a problem, so I can either get myself or Mark on the phone and see what's happened, because it could be something else. Now I understand that you guys got a separate stitch head. I understand how that happens. But all I can tell you is, as far as this stitch head's concerned, it's stapling fine. Okay, now I'm going to sign off now, but I'm going to go ahead and run another one of these, send you back the stitch head at no charge, and with another test. Okay? Thank you. If you have a problem or questions, you can always call us. 352-799-8393. Happy to help anybody who has a problem with Hohner stitch head. Bye now.